It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Liteforex social trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.
Hi guys, good afternoon. It's 24th of September 2019, 3 p.m. CET. We are 30 minutes ahead of the New York cash open. There is a little bit of the pound strength going on after the information in relation that the parliament is going back to work. UK parliament is going back to work. More about that with Michał, our macro guy, when we are going to connect with him within the next 10 minutes. Yen is a little bit weaker, so focus is on the pound, yen, euro. But before we start, risk warning as usual, guys. Please bear in mind trading FX on margin carries a high level of risk, may not be suitable for investors who can sustain a loss of some or all initial investment, so please do not invest the money you cannot afford to lose. Seek education, gain experience before risking real money. However, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Okay, guys, so what is going on? Euro is going higher, as you can see, and we are about to test this German PMI high. So that's where the first attempt to try to short it is going to be, might be in place. So focus on euro dollar. Instead of the cable, I'm going to watch pound yen today with overall yen weakness. And why is yen weakening when there is a, not that great sentiment and stuff like this? We had during the Tokyo session, I've been talking about this morning, right? For algo, it was enough that there was a news that there are talks about the talks, right? In regards to the US and China. More about that as with Michał as well. So I'm going to watch pound yen. Interesting situation. I'm going to provide more information. Dollar yen. Not big change. 107.50, 107.25. What we've seen yesterday at the low. I think we might see at some point, in case of the rejection, we have this 4 hours ago. We created this upper shadow, trying to hit some stop based on the yesterday high. There might be some kind of the rejection, and market may want to look for yesterday low, and then this 107.25 might be in play. Euro yen is approaching our supply. That's what we discussed as well. And euro pound. That's what I'm going talking about the currencies. That's what I'm going to focus on. DJ US index. That's within the next 25 minutes. We will get back to gold as well, and oil, of course. We shouldn't forget that it's end of the month, end of the quarter coming. Hi Kainat, how you doing? So some things related to the window dressing are possible here, and that's not gonna be big surprise for us. So maybe from the intraday perspective, we will try to take even advantage of that. What else, guys? Half an hour after the US Open, US consumer confidence, and that's the only news, unless we are going to get something from President Trump Twitter account. Looks like something is wrong with my clock. I'm going to take the, yeah, it's already working fine. What else? We have this private API data, so in case of the oil, here waiting at least for retest 59.60 based on my chart. That's what we discussed quite a few times already from the oil perspective. So yeah, let's have a look if there is going to be something for us from the trading perspective, from the intraday trading perspective. Hopefully we can learn something together today during our meeting. In the meantime, Bitcoin is testing the trend line I discussed yesterday. Hi, Emmanuel. Well, it might be challenge this week. Overall, I think we might see oil going lower, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen. If it's going to happen this week. Now, let me explain why. The thing is that, as I mentioned, 6 days left towards the end of the month, end of the quarter. So there might be some kind of the window dressing, meaning that trying to push stock higher, it might be necessary to try to push oil higher, right? To oil related stocks to push higher, to push indices higher. So it might be a little bit tricky, but maybe not today. We will focus on oil more tomorrow after official EEA data. So today, half an hour after the US close, we are going to get this private API data, and tomorrow we are going to get EEA data, and then probably we should be a little bit, we should have more information. Now, of course, the chart, we discussed this, the gap higher post this Saudi fireworks, we have to update here because the over under is right now a little bit higher, somewhere around here. So we might see this type of the spike, maybe, right? But of course what we've seen last Tuesday, the engulf here. So right now, the previous week open looks like it's working here. Looks like it's working as a supply for now. Okay. Anyway, we've got the 20 minutes to go to US cash open. So let's try to connect with Michał. Let's check what he has for us, and let's try to compare with what we have on the charts. So please bear with me. I'll be back within the next few seconds with Michał. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
How are you doing? How did you spend the last 6 hours?
Not good day. Stopped me on euro. Eventually, as you said, we can see the JPY is weak. So yeah, not good. But bad plan for the morning. Yeah, but a lot of is going on. The last week when you were off, it was also like that. Too many, unpredicted. Yeah, that's right. The data shows one thing and the market goes the other way, and yeah.
But it's for me it looks like I've been when the financial crisis came in 2008, I've been like for 10 years trading the market, FX8 and futures and stocks maybe a little bit more than 10 when the financial crisis in 2008 came, right? And now 10 years later, I can say that I'm watching those charts for 20 years right now. And to be honest with you, very similar. Just don't get me, guys, whoever listening this, don't get me wrong, but of course it's not going to happen overnight, it's not going to happen tomorrow, but I think something is cooking, because the market behavior right now, it's quite similar to what I've seen before that big crash, right? But that's what I'm trying to point out very often, guys. The market might move, in our mind, market moves might be like, why they doing what they doing, right? It's irrational. Well, it might be for the next month or 2 or 3, right? I do believe that this week is gonna be tricky this week, because it might be preparation to window dressing, end of the quarter, end of the month. Anyway, get back to you, Michał.
It really does seem to be a tough time for the traders, especially for day traders. Okay, maybe we'll go further for the some analysis for the market. We will go back for the thing with the pound, and it looks like the government once again lost against the parliament, and we see that also it's the speaker can say that the parliament can go the next day, go back to work, but at the moment nothing can change this situation, because they already passed the legislation that the Prime Minister Johnson needs to request for an extension of this date to 31st of October, right? So
but he's still trying to keep his position that he's able to leave EU by 31st of October.
Yes, but I think we see the situation. It's ups and bumps and hits back. And I think that he will not go against the law, right? So, but fun fact, they said that the thing that the Queen agreed to this parliament suspension was they had to sack this vote from the Queen. So a lot of going on. And I think
that's the good reason for pound to go higher, right?
Of course. I think we will have I think that the next strategy for Johnson will be the early elections, and I think also we see that the opposition in the parliament are also divided, and I think we will have very soon the early elections, and I'm pretty sure that Johnson will not stand down, will not resign during these elections, and will try to win this election, and with a bigger majority in government, in parliament, and try to push one more time the no deal Brexit or the risky path for a deal, we can say, as he was mentioning.
But is a month, 1 month and 1 week, is it enough for them? Because hi Raisa, they are like they couldn't decide for 3 years. So you think the next 5 weeks is gonna be enough for them?
I think it will be up to the people, right? Which for who they will vote, and if I think we saw last time clearly that they are tired of this parliament, that they couldn't do anything for those 3 years, and I think they will be like in the Brexit referendum. They will try to do a very bold move.
And that could be pound positive.
I don't know. I don't think. I don't. I don't know if you you know, like, check what's going on lately. When the Borisjohson was winning, everything going according his plan, pound was weakening, and after because the no deal Brexit was a distinct possibility, much more with every week. And right now, when everything is, you know, his plan is going down, it's crashing. We can see since then it's the pound was gaining, appreciating. So against the dollar, for example. So I think it's the other way. You have another theory that after the elections will go in opposite direction.
I have, to be honest with you,
No.
I have no idea. I have really, it's for me, it's like, you know, the Brexit, of course, is a never-ending story. Looks like, and the price action on the pound is a crazy one. The thing is that there is a very low liquidity, so we might see the sudden either spike to the upside or to the downside. And that's one of the reasons Fed was doing the repo last week, and it's doing the repo this week. There are some schedule. I will try to find out the dates and provide the dates for you guys. Tricky stuff. Anyway, once we are talking about the Johnson, about the Brexit and possible early election in UK, let's have a look what we have on the chart. Euro pound, no change into what we discussed today, yesterday, and few days back. It looks like it's a narrow range here from the intraday perspective. Right now we are trading in between 87.90, 88 to the downside, and something around 88.50, 88.60 to the upside. The bigger range is, in my opinion, based on the daily chart, is a little bit wider, meaning to the downside we are still the shy below 88. We should find some kind of the demand, but the supply is a little bit higher, and that's what we discussed. That's what we discussed this morning. The supply is something closer to what we've seen on the 12th of September, and I'm talking here about the levels around 89 or above 89. So in that case, you know, if I would have to, fortunately I don't have to, but if I would have to, I would say that 89 is what they may want to try to somehow make the spike. Of course, move down and break through the Friday low, especially close below the Friday low, that will immediately open the way for a move lower towards 86.80. So watching very carefully the price action on the euro pound. It might be really interesting thing going on here. On the other hand, because I've been watching this pound moving higher almost everywhere this morning, and I went and switch to the pound yen, and very interesting situation is here as well. Looks like the strong fight is going on right now in between levels close to 130 136 580 136 to the upside, and to the downside we are talking about the levels close to 133. So we are talking about the 300 pips range right now, and let me show you what I'm talking about to be sure that all of us are on the same way. So in that case, move above might create huge pound rally, and I don't know what has to happen, right? As almost, you know, the hedge funds are preparing for some kind of the recession just around the corner. But anyway, in case of the stronger pound, once we are going to go through 136 and we are going to consolidate above 136, that's gonna be, you know, the solid breakout above 136, then we might see 144, 145, guys. But that's not my basic scenario here. My basic scenario is a failure with spike higher, so let me visualize this for you. So my basic scenario is over the course of this week, like today, tomorrow, the market will try to go higher like this, right? market will try to go higher like this, but then towards the end of the week, next like late Thursday, Friday, at some point we are going to get either the upper shadow with positive body or even upper shadow with negative body, and the bears will take over here at some point. And from here we have the yesterday low as a nice liquidity pool, and that's the previous, I would say, 130-250. That could be the target, but I would like to see some kind of the failure, something something with the upper shadow where the stops to the upside are going to be taken out. Back to you, Michał.
Yeah, I'll just check one more time the charts, and what I would like to see also on the JPY. Maybe they didn't buy as much during the European and US session, and at the beginning of the US session. This information about the post of this new deal with US, but I hope and I think it will be going on during the Asian hours. And yeah, okay, when we'll go further with the news, we can say, okay, about the US China possibility of the trade deal.
Hi, so how are you doing? Sorry, Michał.
Yeah. Hi. I will once again paste the link for the CNBC site with the resuming with about the charts that show how the trade has changed after the tariffs, and we over there you will clearly see how I was pasting it also a week ago when I was leading the webinar. So right now I will paste it again. You can see over there how the tariffs changed and how it was unfair, and in case of why Donald Trump was feeling that it is unfair practice from China. Right now it's around the same value, value of the tariffs. So it's a fair fight, we can say right now. But according to today's situation, we were having the information that the trade talks will begin in 2 weeks once again, as they mentioned in the beginning of the October. So we have the confirmation towards when the date is coming closer. We have the confirmation that the trade talks will begin in this date, and we have the information also that the China are willing to buy those farm products from the US. They were also having the meeting in the US to check how the industry is going on, is working. But after the Muchin request, they postponed it, they delayed it, which was very surprising for Donald Trump. But we are mentioning it in the morning how important this is. It was around a year ago around 12% of whole export from the US. But we see that they are planning to sell them to Japan, and we see that they are trying to figure it out how to deal the whole situation.
For those who were not listening us for quite some time, just a small reminder that I think we agreed with Michał that of course there are discussion about the discussion, but overall we are not going to get the deal for the next half a year, because President Trump needs that deal closer to the election. So guys, again, of course the talks are going well and stuff like this. We are going to get that news over the course of each day, because algo needs to read that and algo needs to push stocks higher, right? But the final deal, guys, it's not going to happen in 2019. That's the way how I see the things here.
Yeah, and also you can mention your conspiracy theory that the Chinese right now are willing to take every new like the proposition from US because they are planning some big stuff for them.
That's the conspiracy theory. Yes, yes.
Which sounds reasonable, I guess, since they are, like the quiet thief. We can say, sorry, bad word, quiet thief. But yeah, those. Also, we have the information from Europe. They made a poll, the survey, which is saying that the the European companies are seeing the practices of Chinese practices as an aggressive and a threat to them, to their economy. So yeah. I think something is on the table. So I think it was not from the Trump side, just his wake up in the morning and said, okay, I will impose tariffs on China because they are doing too well. But yeah, there are very a lot of stuff behind that.
Yeah, of course, definitely, no doubt about it. You are 100% right, but I think Mr. President Trump went a little bit too far, making it looks like it's turned out to be the political game right now.
Yes, it's clearly it's a political game. We can say that it has it's as every topic in the journal saying it's a war, and it's a devastating war, and yeah, we have to wait how which one will be hurt the least, and those will be the winners. So maybe you want to add something, Peter?
We are 2 minutes ahead of the US Open. So Michał, I would like to say big thank you for your information, for your inputs. We are going to switch to the Dow Jones chart, and maybe we are going to find some trading opportunities right around the US Open. Michał, thank you very much, and see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye bye. All right, guys, so let's have a look what we have here on the DJ. Looks like downside for now is limited a bit, so I wouldn't bet on a big move to the downside at least right now, today. We'll see, because we have this it might be this type of the move to the downside. Let's have a look if we have three. Yeah, that works. That may work that way. So let me explain what I have here. The yellow box over here is a pre-market move, right? Usually when we are breaking out, it's 1-to-1 the first initial move, but very often when the range is not that wide, we might go up to 3. It's not certain, right? But that's what very often happen, and it might turn out that we are trading inside some kind of the channel. So what I would like to see, at the beginning of the session, attempt to break higher, some stop cleaning above the Tokyo high, hitting some supply a little bit higher, not fulfilling the full range 1-to-1, just the shy above the Tokyo high, move back inside the channel. That might be short setup opportunity during the first part of the session, but I don't want to stay overnight, so I'm going to be very careful. Of course, with the move lower, I may think I may think about some opportunity to try to very aggressively try to trade long side here. So we are 1 minute after the open. So let's check this first 5-minute trading range. That's what we usually do. So that's the US cash open. That's the high. That's the low, at least for now. And let's have a look. It might be that they want first to take out the levels close to the daily open and I had right to this spike higher. Waiting patiently for the first 5-minute trading range on the DJ gold. Trying to get back lower. Weekly open blue dotted line is a key here. Again, we discussed that there was attempt to break higher. So in case we are going to move out from that range, so that's gonna be the third range. And don't forget, guys, this 1485, right? That's what we discussed from the higher time frame. That's what we discussed from the higher time frame. It was that supply here, right? So we are trying to hold that level. That at least for now, positive development. But of course, from the daily chart perspective, one can argue that it might be head and shoulder. Another one may argue that we hold 1485 time to go higher, but the blue zone above current price is a huge supply, another supply based on the weekly chart. That's what we discussed quite a few times already. Lower low. In the last minute, when we are talking about the first 5-minute trading range, what bears don't wanna see, it's the lower shadow. If they are starting to create the lower shadow, it might be just, you know, stop hunt. Definitely, again, that's what we were trying to, or what we discussed, this latest weakness yesterday, right? So that's what they're trying to hold right now after the overnight breakout. That's the latest weakness, and that's what they're trying to hold. And yeah, two lower shadows, and towards the end of the first 5-minute trading range. So based on this, yeah, we might see retest of the cash open, and we should get our answer around this level. It's around 27.050 based on my chart on DJ. Anyway, let's watch, let's have a look. Again, one more time, from the short side perspective, I would like to see attempt to break or hit some stops around the Tokyo high and move back inside into that channel, right? From the long perspective, well, it might be that they will try to hold this yesterday weakness, because we are talking about the fight around the weekly open, and that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, I would maybe not today, but I would prefer some selling on rallies. Of course, the only thing I'm afraid of is this month end and quarter end window dressing. Okay, let's have a look what we have on the particular currency crosses. 10-15 weekly open and Monday high as a possible supply on euro dollar. Requirement didn't get yet there, so still watching. Pound yen on the intraday basis, that's possible supply. We still didn't get there yet, so no, that's the 50% of that Friday range, right? Maybe some stop hand a little bit higher based on the daily, but from the intraday perspective, gonna watch what is going on inside the yellow box. It looks like euro is weaker than pound, so for now, from the short perspective, either euro dollar or this EURGBP we discussed this morning as well. 1865.80, 119.05.15. That's the possible supply. With euro yen, we can do the same what we did with euro dollar yesterday. In case of the break above and hold this pre-German PMI number, we might see this type of the move. So in that case, retest of 120 cannot be ruled out. But I'm going to watch very carefully, and that's my possible supply on euro yen here. Let's have a look what we have from the news perspective side. New York Fed accepts 75 billion of 80 billion.2 in bids submitted at overnight repo operation. So it was oversubscribed. Looks like liquidity is drying, guys. In regards to the options market, what we have on euro dollar, we are trading at 110. If you remember this morning meeting, towards the end of the week, making the summary of all option expirations at 110 each day, we have total around 8 billion towards Friday, right? So it might work. That's what I've been talking about this morning. It might work as a magnet, right? Dollar yen, we are trading right now 107.70. So we do have some 108, 1 billion, so 30 pips higher. Cannot be ruled out, right? Just stop count above the Monday high. Anyway, guys, let's give them some time. Let's wait for the consumer confidence. It's time for a first break today. Looks like we have this V formation, meaning that the plan with the stop count when we are talking about the Tokyo high might be in place. As you can see, retest of when you are taking the V formation, so the whole move to the downside, to the upside, taking this range and putting higher. That could be the case. We have to hold this cash open market, and then I'm going to watch what's going to happen at the top of this channel. All right, guys, bar is open. Coffee, tea, non-alcoholic drinks only. Charts are going to stay with us. I'm gonna mute my microphone and I'm going to be back for US consumer confidence at the top of the hour. Enjoy your break, guys.
It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Liteforex social trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.
Alright guys, I would say it's much worse than what market was expecting. 125.1 versus 133 expectations. So immediately dollar yen indices are going lower. I'm watching this euro dollar price action around here, especially because of where we are at the euro pound. Well, something is cooking. Looks like double top during the cash market. That's gonna be interesting. Unfortunately, they didn't quite reach the levels around 27.080 I've been waiting for, but maybe at some point they're going. Yeah, looks like this level right now around the cash open. That's the key right now. So trying to hold again. So V formation again. They get the liquidity from the Fed, so they can do that. Who cares about the consumer confidence? Joking here, guys. Looks like employment growth decline is hitting the confidence here. Okay, euro is testing weekly open. It's very close to the pre-German PMI levels. Okay, maybe we find the algo today. Maybe we found the algo today, especially that would retest cash open. Oh no, no, we didn't. Oh, come on, guys, push it higher a bit. Not quite there. That's better. That's better. So what's my idea here on Euro Pound? That's the untested 87.97, and in case we are going to move here, I'm going to switch to the lower time frame, like 5 minutes or maybe 1 minute, and try to check what is going on. But yeah, 87.97 from the Euro Pound perspective, the target is going to be the stops inside this yellow, upper yellow box, right? So I'm talking here about something like 88.55, 88.65. But I wanna see some lower levels here. In the meantime, Bitcoin is testing 9,600 based on my chart, a very important level here as well. Well, so have to approach this DJ a little bit different way. Let's have a look if they wanna go by the waves and one correction. So it's about time for correction, right? And euro is, yeah, I would love to see this type of the setup with the price hitting 1020 and upper shadow. Oh, it's 15-minute chart. Looks like hitting the stops based on yesterday high. It was enough for bears on pound yen here to try to counter that move. Wow. At least 1017. Don't forget, guys, that Thursday we are going to cover USGDP, and I think that you know, they are going to settle this weaker consumer confidence soon, and more range towards Thursday, right? But of course, we have two meetings tomorrow as well. Morning pre-London Open and same educational live trading room around 3 p.m. CET. I like this. Pre-EU PMI box over here. The consolidation ahead of this move to the downside. So with the tiny exposure, I'm going to probably I'm not gonna place the order. Once we are going to, I wanna see what's going to happen in between 1020, 1022. The swing high here is broken, so that should work at least for now as that should work for now as some kind of the demand. Is it? Now we are creating bigger swing high on the 5 minutes around the weekly open blue dotted line. So we close below. So it might be pressure already here. So what I'm gonna to look for, because we are testing on a DJ, we are testing this possible demand based on the combination yesterday late US session and this Tokyo spike high. So that's some kind of the demand. We might found the support. As you can see, they fulfill the target, trying to hold this 50% of that range. Well, they have to work out with this because it might be activated already. But anyway, right now, based on what we see here, I think that because of this breakdown, the target is here is the target. The stops below that's possible demand. So probably that's gonna be the target over here from the intraday perspective, right? So let's switch 1 second, let's switch lower and let's create the plan here. So they're bouncing now. Yeah, they fulfill finally to the point, as you can see. So maybe that's the way they want to trade today. So let's have a look what kind of the bounce we can get from here. Whoa, we were supposed to stop here. I would love to see them around the 50% of that yellow box. I would love to see them here, but that's maybe too big. It's a cash open, almost cash open, as you can see. That's the cash open, and that's right under. So okay, what was the V formation in that case? So let's delete this, let's delete this. Waves, equal waves, all right, to the downside. But what's from here eventually? What has to happen? That was the V. Well, that's better. That's better. That's better. In the meantime, Richmond Fed Manufacturing Index for September 1 versus 1 as an estimation. There you go. So somewhere around this level, 27,044 based on my chart, I would like to see on 5-minute chart some kind of the upper shadow, right? So meaning that what I want to see here is this type of the candle. I would prefer rising, so the distance between entry and the stop is gonna be narrower. But if it's gonna be red, so the entry is gonna be lower and the stop is gonna be higher, so then the calculation, that's the target over here, 26,942 based on my chart, 945 based on my chart plus spread. I need yesterday move. Oh, too big. if we are going to hit that stops, should be, looks like the over under here might be even in play. Well, we'll see. So we are already here, guys. Holy maloney. 6 points. What the heck? Okay, try and recover here. Trump said that the future does not belong to globalists, it belongs to patriots. Trump says we'll finalize a trade deal with Japan on Wednesday. Jeez. 6 points. Seven, sorry. But then I would wait for this candle to close. The algo was much faster today than me. We are approaching 107.25 and we are approaching it very fast. It's still possible that we are going to retest this cash open. Or maybe instead of the window dressing, we are going to see the profit taking towards the end of the quarter. Why not? So we're testing weekly open right now. And that's quite important, right? Because if we are going to be able to close the day on the cash market below weekly open, that might be a little bit of the turnaround. Early week reversal compared to what we've seen yesterday, right? Yesterday we were trying, right? There was a fight towards the end of the session and then spike higher during the Tokyo one, trying to hold this weekly open. That's 50% of that pullback here ahead of this pre-market or post-market price action during the Tokyo session. So now we are going to witness the pre-London fix manipulation. Anyway, let's try to summarize. Euro dollar 1020, 1022. I want to see what is going on here with the stop a little bit higher than yesterday high, because we cannot rule it out the stop count above the Monday high, right? In case I'm going to be stop out, but we are going to have an upper shadow, I might reopen the position. The exposure is gonna be very, very, very low. Pound yen looks like, at least for now, for bears was enough that market hit stops above yesterday high, but here I think that still we might see some spike based on any kind of the Brexit or Borisjohson related news higher, and I'm gonna to watch the yellow possible supply zone and mid of that zone, right? Somewhere like this. One can argue that could be some kind of the inverted head and shoulders, but then the either overall sentiment has to strongly turn around. That could be the case for me for this stop count based on the daily chart we discussed earlier. So that could be the case with the inverted head and shoulders, but that may happen either if we are going to see the turnaround in the sentiment. Well, never say never, but I wonder. Second option is, and that's the bigger possibility, that we are going to get some news Brexit related and we see overall pound spike. So I'm watching the yellow, but if we are going to hold above this zone after the break, I do understand we might see much higher levels. Dollar yen, just watching, doing nothing right now. Just watching, doing nothing right now. Euro pound, as discussed, in case of maybe some London fixed manipulation, in case we are going to see 87.97, 87.95, I'm going to switch to lower time frame. I wanna see what's going to happen here. And that might be the long opportunity with the stop below 84 and targeting 88.55, 88.65. Euro yen, similar to the pound yen, I'm looking for a stronger yen overall. And euro dollar we discussed. Oil, waiting till APA data later today after the US close. I think even smarter is to wait till tomorrow EEA. So it was 7 points on the DJ I missed. It looks like on euro dollar 14.15 high. I've been looking 2022 5-7 pips on euro dollar. Not the good day for me in terms of the level predictions. But for those who are a little bit longer with me, you know I'm not gonna chase the market here, right? Ooh. President Trump, China uses heavy state subsidies and steals IP. Another one. Like 10 minutes ago. All right, guys, if you have any questions, that's a very good moment to ask. Don't forget, tomorrow 8 a.m. CET, pre-London Open, live market coverage only here, global YouTube channel, Liteforex global YouTube channel. Then 3 p.m. CET, New York session, educational live trading room. Thursday 8 a.m. CET, pre-London Open. Then 1 hour earlier, 2 p.m. CET, right at the New York Open, not cash, but New York Open, overall New York Open. Ahead of the GDP, we are going to cover live on Thursday, US GDP. That's where the things might get very, very interesting. Looks like algos get some kind of the fuel. Let's have a look based on what. Let me check the services. I told you that we might still get towards the cash open. So the plan with this upper shadow and close below, that might be the still idea. So just make it as much visible as possible. That's the zone I'm interested. So we've been almost here twice. This is a third time. So maybe time for, algo stop count and then rejection. There is a RBNZ rate decision during the Tokyo session, 4 a.m. CET. I don't know. I really don't know. That might be unscheduled meeting in case I can sleep well. But the Thursday is a beauty. Thursday is beauty, as we have 2:30 p.m. CET, the US GDP. Then 1 hour later, we do have President Draghi, and 1 hour 45 minutes later, after the GDP, we have Carney. So there is a chance for dollar, pound, and euro move. In regards to oil, don't forget API later today after US cash close, tomorrow EEA, and that's what we are going to focus tomorrow. Oil and maybe Canadian dollar tomorrow. So if there are no questions, guys, that was my pleasure to be with you here today. Wish you great rest of the US session. Be careful here within the next 20 minutes or so. There is possibility of some kind of the manipulation towards the London fix. Don't be trapped. Tomorrow 8 a.m. pre-London Open. You're more than welcome to join me. Have a good one. Goodbye, guys.